So, hello everyone, and welcome to this session on the State of Secrets Sprawl 2025. I'm Soujanya Ain. I'm the Senior Product Marketing Manager at GitGuardian. So, GitGuardian is a non-human identity and secret security company. And our mission is simple. We give companies control and clarity over their secrets. And we know that secrets are at the heart of many of the NHIs that you have today. So we recently wrapped up this huge annual report on the State of Secrets Sprawl 2025. We do this every year. And there are some alarming statistics that we found. So I wanted to share with you 8 of the most alarming statistics from that report. But before I proceed, I wanted to align on a very simple definition. You already have lots of definitions of NHIs from the conference, so I won't dig into that. But what exactly is a secret? So at GitGuardian, we describe a secret as any credential that lets you authenticate your machines, your systems, your workloads. So they can be OAuth tokens, API keys, database credentials, or username passwords, certificates. So anything that basically opens a door to your critical systems. And here on this slide, you have a simple AWS hard-coded key that authenticates a database. Familiar, right? I mean, a lot of us have probably leaked a secret in our lifetime. It's common. You are not alone if you have done. And with the introduction of AI agents and AI coding assistants, this is getting more and more common, to be honest. With a quick show of hands, can you tell me how many of you use GitHub or rely on your developers using GitHub? Okay, that's a good enough number. And I mean, even for the ones who don't use GitHub, your developers probably are, either personally or professionally. And each time your developer pushes a commit to public GitHub, GitGuardian platform scans it in real time. So each public GitHub commit is scanned by GitGuardian. We are doing it since the inception of the company, so since 2017, so that's 8 years. And what we do when we find a leaked secret is that we immediately send an email alert to the concerned developer and we tell them to fix it before a malicious actor finds that leaked secret. So that's why we can compile all those events we find and we can tell you how many secrets were leaked in 2024. Any guesses? If you were at Lalit's previous session, he mentioned it there. So how leaky was 2024? 23.8 million secrets. So approximately 24 million secrets were leaked on public GitHub in 2024. That's a significant number. And that's a 25% jump from the previous year, 2023. And what is the reason behind this? Like, what is the core issue? Why does this keep happening? And I think the answer is simple. It's easy to leak a secret, right? But it's hard to manage it properly. It's easy to just copy-paste a credential to get access to a database in 2 minutes. But it's hard to properly configure your secrets manager, make sure that your secrets are invoked properly at the runtime, and make sure that they are rotated in a timely manner. That requires real time and discipline. And we know that our developers, they are under constant pressure to ship features fast, and they think that they are building and shipping applications in a controlled environment. So everything at the end is going to be okay. But unfortunately, that's not the case, and they end up making coding mistakes. And that leads to this. So this slide is just to give you a glimpse into what kind of secrets have been leaked. We see that generic secrets are a growing blind spot. There are 2 kinds of secrets, basically. They can be specific secrets or generic secrets. And generic secrets are, for example, usernames, passwords, they are the less structured credentials. And that's why they are very hard to detect because they lack a specific pattern. So a lot of tools, scanning tools in the market at the moment do not cover generic secrets. And we see that 50% of all detected leaks, so more than half of the detected leaks are generic credentials. And that's, again, a sharp increase from the last year. So it's important to detect generic secrets in your detection program, and it's important to understand them better. Then this is another counterintuitive data that we found. So private repositories are 8 times more likely to contain secrets compared to public repos. And I think this is probably because there's a false sense of security when it comes to private repos. People think that private means protected, right? And developers, they naturally feel less cautious, less vigilant when they are in the confines of their internal private environments. So that's why it leads to hard coding of credentials in their private repos. And this is a big problem because if your internal secrets hygiene is not good, that will ultimately end up to secrets exposing on the public space. So you need to first fix the problem in the internal space, and that will automatically, stop public secret sprawl. So Slack, Jira, and Confluence expose critical secrets. This means that secret sprawl is not just confined to code, be it public code or private code. Secrets are basically leaking everywhere. Your enterprise collaboration tools are being used by your developers all day to collaborate on different kinds of work with their colleagues. And it's easy to copy paste or share a credential in their collaboration tools to unblock their colleague in their work. Basically, it's the same kind of sense of security that they have in their private repos. And these collaboration tools, they do not have much security guardrails in place today. So this is becoming a new prime attack surface, and attackers, they know this, and they are targeting these tools. We have seen a lot of breaches in the past year from big companies where the leak started because of a secret in a ticketing system, for example. So it's very important to monitor your collaboration tools and look for secret sprawling beyond just public GitHub or even your internal repos. We also analyzed over 15 million public Docker infrastructure. So this is very critical because your Docker images, they have very close proximity to your CI/CD environments, to your production systems. So it's important to scan them so that the credentials don't go to production, ultimately. Otherwise, they can be a direct pathway to your critical systems. Now, talking about AI, we have a lot of sessions around the use and misuse of AI, even in the conference. And we know by now that it is a double-edged sword. So AI coding assistants like GitHub Copilot or maybe AI agents, we see that they do increase the developer's productivity. They make us more efficient. They are making development faster, but they are not making it safer because the assistant and the output it produces is as good as the code that it is trained on. And the existing code that it is trained on contains secrets. So the output of the AI coding assistants is also leaking secrets. And we saw that repositories using Copilot are 40% more likely to leak secrets. This is probably the most shocking statistic from the report. We actually went back and we retested the secrets that were found in 2022. And we found that 70% of the secrets from 2022 are still valid. So they are still out there being a persistent vulnerability and waiting just to be exploited by attackers. And this is because we have seen that remediation is hard. It is hard for most companies and it is a tough journey. And especially when companies do not have clarity and visibility into their secrets across their ecosystem. They do not want to rotate their compromised secrets because they do not know who uses the secret. They do not know what kind of resources the secret gives access to. So without that kind of context and knowledge, and without knowing the dependencies or interdependencies of the secret, they can't rotate the secret because they don't want to break production and teams can't risk that. So remediation is still an unsolved challenge in this industry that we are seeing. And so far I was mostly talking about the different detection aspects that are important for a detection program and a security program according to secrets. But that is, to be honest, just half of the story. The other half of the story is remediation, and that is where the real difficulties still lie today. Now, a lot of people, a lot of companies have secrets managers in place, which is, of course, a very good practice. You might have AWS Secrets Manager, you might have Vault by HashiCorp, you might have CyberArk or Achilles or the likes. And that's, again, a really good practice to store your secrets for good secrets hygiene. But on that own, that technology is not going to make you 100% secure. Because secrets managers can, at the end, be bypassed by developers. And they do not handle the critical challenge of secret sprawl. Secret sprawling in different tools across your organization. So we see that repositories with secrets managers are still leaking secrets, and that is a problem that is still unsolved. So to bridge the remediation gap, these are a few guidelines that I think are important. Firstly, of course, secrets leak detection and remediation should be a critical security objective. It's still considered a nice to have in some companies, or just a part of a hygiene task, but it needs to be a critical objective because a full access API key sitting in a public repo is critical. Then secondly, you need to have visibility because you cannot govern or secure something that is not visible to you, that you cannot see. So first you need to have the entire stock of secrets that you have, that comprehensive and up-to-date inventory of secrets from across the different tools in your infrastructure. And then, of course, put in place the best practices. You need to make sure that the secrets managers that you have are well adopted by the developers. They are implemented well. Secrets rotation is happening in a timely fashion, and secrets injection is automated wherever possible. And then ultimately, if you want to move to a more advanced solution, like go towards SPIFFE and Spire, have dynamic identities in place, have going secretless, for example. There are few tools in the market that are currently supporting this. So you will need some intermediate solutions that will help you transition to that kind of a future. This is not going to be an overnight thing or overnight project or even a few months project. So you will need some solutions that can give you that stock of secrets which you will need when you want to migrate to that kind of future. So I guess this is the key takeaway that I want to leave you with, which is that, give your secrets the priority that they deserve, because the smallest keys can open the biggest doors sometimes. So if you want more insights on this topic, you can download the State of Secrets Sprawl 2025. It's packed with data and insights. There are a lot more to the report than I just showed here today. And awareness and understanding the problem itself, I think, is really the first step to this solution. So I would really recommend downloading the report, and if you want to discuss how we are tackling these challenges today, then we have a booth on floor B, just above this one. We are right next to the non-human identity management group led by Lalit. So we would love to talk more about this problem and how we can take you through this journey. Thank you so much.
Anybody have any questions for Soujanya?
Thank you very much for the information. And I think about the year 2022, you said about the secrets that you detected and they are still valid. Did you have interviews with the developers, or how do you know that they haven't changed it because they have some issues with the production quality or something?
So, yeah. So these are based on the study. Like I said, we do this report every year. So in 2022 also we had done that kind of report, and all the secrets that we had detected that time, I think 100,000 or more secrets. We went back, we retested those secrets, and we checked the validity of those secrets. If they're still valid or invalid, if they have been rotated, then they would have been invalid. So that's how we actually found out that these secrets are still valid. And in our company, like when we talk to our customers and so on about this problem, we do see that developers, the thing I mentioned about, when secrets are compromised, they are really hesitant to rotate the secret because that same secret is used by multiple teams. So we see that they don't have enough context on the kind of consumers that secret has or the kind of resources that the secret can impact. So they are very hesitant in terms of rotating the secret or revoking the secret. And it takes a long time to remediate. I think Lalit also shared one of his stories from his past experience in the last workshop around how long it took to rotate NHI credentials. So I think this is a problem that still exists, and it's a journey that needs to happen. And a lot of collaboration needs to happen between the developer and the security team, I think, because we cannot just put the burden on just one team in this case.
Thank you very much. I'm just wondering if it would be in my company that somebody in 2 years won't change the password if you send a mail about that. That's why I'm wondering what were the reasons, whether you interviewed the developers, whether you have a statistic of their reasons why haven't they done it. I mean, 70% they are struggling because they reuse their credentials or something like that. Do you have that statistic?
We didn't go back and interview those developers, but what comes up in most conversations with our developers is that, like I was saying in the beginning, it's easy. They don't really think about it when they are hard-coding credentials. They are either not aware of the problem, or even if they are aware, they think that it's harmless to hard-code a credential in an internal environment, in a private repo, or maybe they think they will go back to it and change it later, and for now they'll just do it to do their work faster. So that happens quite a lot.
I mean, just to add, look, it's really important from the previous session that controls, policies, standards. You'll be shocked. Some organizations don't even have requirements for cycling passwords. The example I gave about an hour ago, there was no requirement to cycle passwords as long as the length was 15 characters and complex. So the organization had never cycled a single NHI password. So you have some of those challenges, and they're just very difficult to change with operation. More questions?
When you scan all those passwords, do you classify them as like real geeks or non-real? Because if I push the public GitHub my sample application and say, hey, here you can put your username password, and as an example in the comment I say, hey, user 123, password 123. Do you expose that as also like a real geek?
Yes. We do.
So then...
And we classify the secret.
So you do group in different things.
Exactly.
Just to add, like, dealing with scanning and secrets discovery is a huge problem. Lots of false positives picked up. You've got prod, non-prod. So some of the advanced solutions do a pretty good job. Like in my previous org, we initially found 1 million leaks, and nearly 40% were like false positives. And then we had to build a new solution or onboard a new scanning solution. So it's a complex problem, and GitGuardian have got a very good solution to help solve that. Any more questions before we then jump to our next session? Okay, thank you very much, Soujanya. Nice, fascinating session.